Hi, it's Ian from Attraction Insight, and I am here with the legend. Thank you so much for your time. And I've got a pressing question, one you probably get asked all the time. What is your advice for aspiring artists or engineers, designers, anybody who's trying to get into the attraction space?
Couple things. I would say in general, younger people at the beginning of their career should focus on smaller companies. And the reason is the rapid turnaround of projects. You want to build up experience and you want to build up your resume, right?
Okay.
The bigger companies do bigger projects. Bigger projects are slow.
Fair.
It takes a long time to decide to build them and then a long time to build them. So when you're young, those big projects can take up 7 years of your life and you got one thing to talk about. So better than that is to stay with the smaller companies, turn over a lot of projects, learn a lot of things fast, and wait until you're a little later in your career. You have more cred, you have more market value, right? You have more negotiating leverage. Then you go to these bigger companies with a healthy resume of work to show for yourself, and you will get further faster by doing that. That's one thing.
So patience is a virtue.
Yeah, you're working.
Sure.
You're working.
Yeah.
You're just turning projects faster so that you can say you've done a lot.
I hear you. I mean, the lower to the ground, the more you're going to get done, and you learn by failure, right?
And also the other thing is smaller companies disperse responsibility more generously. A big company has many, many more subdivisions of labor. Smaller companies don't. So you're going to do more and you're going to do broader resume of things. So it's really a good thing to think of when you're younger. That, and to constantly continue your underlying education. Continue to read, continue to learn, because knowledge itself, pure knowledge, is a raw material. So what you can imagine is based on what you know. The more you know, and I mean, I don't care about physics, about history, about politics. It doesn't matter. The more you know, the more you can imagine.
And that's a fantastic take. I mean, we're talking about well-rounded, but then you're saying, maybe you're in the creative space, but that does not mean that you are not doing those natural sciences, or maybe you really love geology or something like that. Well, I bet your rocks are going to look exactly how they're supposed to.
Just anything. It's
Sure.
like if you're a creative person, you believe you're a creative person. If you're not a painter working in your garage and you're working on these big, large-scale projects, everything you touch is a creative medium. The budget is a creative medium. The schedule is a creative medium. The staffing is a creative medium.
Yeah.
So you want to know as much as you can possibly know
Sure.
about these things, because they actually are creative mediums, and you can engage them if you know about them creatively.
That's remarkable insight, because something very formal, the business of it all. And here you're saying is the budget's just another number, and the number is just another thing you can manipulate.
That's right.
That's such a perspective warp on how creativity functions, especially when we're talking about some of the big names.
If you don't know it, you have to understand it and know it. Just same thing with oil paint.
Sure.
You can't paint with oil paint unless you understand how oil paint behaves.
Sure.
You can't be creative with numbers unless you understand how numbers behave.
Yeah, and where your shortcuts lie.
Yeah. Anyway, that's my advice.
This is, again, I'm still fanboying out. I thank you so much for talking. And again, what fantastic insight. So thank you so much.
Thank you
I
very
appreciate
much.
it.